On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings. See how they've already gotten over my voice because, oh dear Lord God, no, she's singing without anybody covering her throat in. So if it was the new Nazi movement's goal to destroy marriage, to keep the children for themselves, to make them into young Aryans, to have an army, in which the army is all the one head over the top of them, allowing them to have things that they think that they'll want, and then pulling it away when they get stronger. And I mean, all these books that they're reading now, it's like backwards. Is somebody coming up with an idea while they're being tortured by them and realizing it as they try to pray with God and work with God and explaining it, and somebody writing it back as a book, except the book is a cult pleaser and lures them in to appreciating the same what is torturing their parents by making it look good and making them feel like they're being tough. But the whole thing is not them thinking at all anymore. It's this guy over their head thinking for them and constantly talking and saying it over and over and over again. And I can only fight with the will of God, and we were all taught to be quiet. So this is really forcing it, isn't it, to try and get my child back with my voice, saying the opposite of what he's saying, the same thing he's saying, but that she has the right to not. Because when he's over her head or up through her body, which I never would do because that's sexual, which would make me a pedophile the way you are, to him or her, if they're even men or women or anything, because with all these transgender sexual, I mean, it's just, how many people are out there with something caught between their legs and just using someone else's vagina? Because that's how bad it looks. And if you can have to imagine it, or when Selah, when you're praying with God and it's Selah, and you have the picture flash in your head, you didn't come up with that. You haven't been anywhere. There's no way you would have seen one of these particular people without an actual vagina and then yours being inserted into it somehow. And you're not even there. Or maybe the vagina of someone who's dead or something. And I'm sorry, but that's a word. It's a scientific word. You couldn't just imagine that. But if that's what they're trying to do, is take the 5 golden rings, well, one, they've tried to take every precious metal that we've had, right? They've taken all the copper. They were taking all the gold the other year when they were having all that trouble over in Judea, which is where the Jewish people are, Israel. Okay, all the precious metals being taken away. Anything with metal, everything is plastic now, because somebody explained to them somewhere along the way that, because it was one of the things I used to feel like I was dreaming all the time, that I've been teaching my students, that metal is it's non-renewable. So when it's all gone, it's all gone. So if they're trying to stay here, they have to have buildings where they keep all the metal and things, because well, I don't want to not have it. Just let them have plastic. We're driving plastic cars, right? Instead of recycling the metal and putting metal cars back out there. So now they've taken the rings, not just for the metal, though, to show that they have conquered marriage as God put it here. Conquered marriage under God. So now the 6 has become a 5. What was that song that they used to have when 2 becomes a 3 or 4 will get to 7? The 6 is now 5. They've taken the V.